Awesome. Dude. All right. Okay, gotta do the intro. All right. This is Jeff Beers from Big Talk Nation with the most excellent spooky from Spellgrinder.
Yo,
Dude, and you're rocking the somewhat Macho Man shades.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
dude, that's so awesome, man. All right. All right, dude. Okay. So, dude, what's been up, man? How was your birthday?
It was so memorable. I hardly remember it. Okay, yeah. I just chilled. I just chilled. We were gonna do a bunch of stuff, but it's right when the LA wildfires started, and so there was a lot going on, and just chilling at home seemed like the thing to do, and so that's what we did, and I'm at the age where, oh man, staying home is great.
All right. So, dude, as I'm a huge fan. And I was curious if you could do any wrestler's theme song or entrance music, who would it be?
Ooh, oh, like covering it or just like saying, no, that was okay, but
How about both? Because I'm curious, man.
oh man, I would love like to cover something. Uh, I would love to cover Bret Hart's theme because it's so iconic. Um, Braun Strowman, bam, bam, chum, bam. That shit will break your neck. That I almost want, like sometimes I half want to rip that off in a Spellgrinder song just because it just bumps so hard. So those are things I would cover. Then there are people like I think that they should be coming out to Spellgrinder, like uh Tony Storm, and she's like, really Motley Crue-ish, like, yeah, that's cool. Do Spellgrinder, Shotzi, because she loves horror and she loves the metal and the punk, like, do Spellgrinder. We're horror, metal, and punk, like, do that. So those are, you know, I, my favorite right now. I got two favorites right now, and Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton's. I wouldn't touch Drew's music. Randy's music, I think we could do better. Although, I mean, like, hear his voice in his head. Like, I don't, at this point, why fuck with it, right? But it's not my style of music, like,
Oh, but dude, like Tony Storm's theme, dude. Remember like her WWE theme? Like it kind of sounded like the Power Rangers theme.
yeah, yeah.
Which was awesome. And then the AEW stuff, like I think it's just like a Barracuda rip off. Like they just kind of like ripped off Barracuda.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, but dude,
Barracuda was a Zeppelin ripoff.
oh,
It was like kind of Achilles' Last Standish, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, Heart's better than Zeppelin in a lot of ways. It's fucked up to say.
yeah, I mean, I kind of like some of those Zeppelin covers that Heart does. Like, I think I like Battle of Evermore. I kind of like their version a little, maybe just a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh man, like I I went the first date I ever took Nephthys on. I asked her to go see Heart with me at the Greek Theater, like long ass time ago, right? And Heart was the opening band was Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Experience, and that was cool. And then Heart came out, and they slayed, and then for the encore, like half of Jason Bonham's band comes out, and they play with Heart's band, and they did an entire set of Zeppelin, and it was insane. It was so good, like I mean, a lot of talent on that stage. But Jason drumming, that was very cool. And like Ann Wilson can fucking sing. Like, dude, they do it. I love Heart.
Dude,
So yeah,
Heart,
not talking shit on Zeppelin, but like Heart is so great. People need to talk more about Heart.
yeah, Heart's rad, man. I love Heart.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, and then Jason Bonham, man, from like Steel Dragon.
Steel Dragon. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's uh that's a deep cut.
Well, because I know you're a big Zach Wild fan, so
Yeah. 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 He's do you remember the VH1 show? Like the Making the Band where it had like him and it was Scott Ian and Ted
yeah.
and like Sebastian Bach and like dude from Biohazard, like
Um, dude,
the band, and like they just could not get it together. There was just too much like posturing and establishing, and also it was a bunch of guys that at the time were just like not really sure how to make it in the industry because I don't know. It just the industry didn't know what to do with them. That's what the thing was. They didn't know what to do with them, so it gave them a fucking show. And man, Jason Bonham killed it on that.
what was it? Oh, dude, on eBay, because the band was called Democracy, and on eBay, I might even still be there. They had a Democracy T-shirt for like $13.
That's not a bad band name, like it's pretty good, you know. Uh,
Oh, and dude, Evan Seinfeld from Biohazard, he's actually related to Jerry Seinfeld.
there you go.
That's his cousin. So when I found that out, I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah. It's the nepotism. There's only like two families that are famous, you know.
And like, dude, another thing, man, the videos, man, I absolutely love the videos. You got the sick Trans Am.
Yeah, yeah. We are a T-tops band. Uh, yeah, and mulleted T-top, no sleeves, rock and roll. And yeah, the Trans Am is actually it's my wife's. And like I'm okay. I don't mind people thinking it's mine, but it bums her out so bad when people just come up to me at the gas station like, "Oh, dude, that's a cool car," and she's just sitting there just hating life. I'm just kidding. I'm just lighting her up. Yeah, it's a hot car. Like my main car is a Dodge Challenger, like, but like a 2014 one. So it's still bodacious, but it's not like, barely street legal like the other one.
Yeah, isn't that what Johnny Lawrence drove in Cobra Kai? I think
Yeah,
him,
oh, like when he like got the red car, like when he got
or
back on his feet.
well, yeah, they gave him like I think it was a Dodge Challenger, but I think it was
Yeah,
like a 2009 one.
yeah, it was total Johnny Lawrence Challenger. Like I got the Scat Pack. Yeah, Johnny Lawrence is a spirit animal. That guy is. I saw the pictures of you meeting him. That was rad.
Dude, oh, he was great, man. William Zabka, because I had him sign, like, he was in a movie called Shoot Fighter. Okay, all right. And it came out. It's kind of like a Bloodsport ripoff. And but it has Martin Cove and William Zabka both in it, and it's awesome. And I had him sign like a VHS tape of it, but yeah, I don't know. He's great, man. Johnny Lawrence did.
Oh, I love seeing him just doing a victory lap right now. Like that, he's always been popping up in cool shit. Zebka, love that dude. But, like it was fun seeing him like in a Hot Tub Time Machine movie, and like he'd pop up. It's like, oh damn. But love everything about the Karate Kid, the Cobra Kai stuff. Now, my wife didn't see the Karate Kids back in the day. She didn't see that. So, like a couple weeks ago, that might have been what we were doing on my birthday. It was just like plowing through Karate Kids, and she loved them. She's just like, oh my God. Like, she's like, if I would have seen this shit when I was a kid, I would have been doing karate.
Oh,
We
dude.
also went through the one with the gal in it, and then we went through the Jaden Smith, Jackie Chan one, just to be completionists.
Oh, yeah, but dude, and plus you're a Coors Banquet guy, so you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. They all go together. It's a bundling deal. Like, and you can just kind of cherry pick what you like, but if you go and get like T-tops and some bodacious sunglasses, and you have a party hairstyle, and you're just living that sleeveless T-top life. The beers are a little cooler, they stay fizzy longer, it's a sweet spot in life, and just live that life. And the perfect Spellgrinder, the perfect soundtrack to that is Spellgrinder.
Dude, what I mean, because your videos are so awesome. Which one? What is your favorite video that you did? Oh, you have done.
Yeah, my favorite one that we have done is we just put one out for Sin Eater, and stylistically, it is different than the previous ones. But you will see it does have a Trans Am in it. That's Spellgrinder. Uh, but it's like a mini movie, and it's about these aliens that land on Earth, and they go looking for help, but they find a haunted house, and then just all this bad shit starts happening. And that's happening while you're listening to this dope track, Sin Eater. Uh, it was it was a wild video to make because we made it like 5 years ago when we still lived in Texas. And that's why, like, I mean, like, you'll see like my hair, I got like a blonde, like I got your hairstyle in that.
Yeah, yeah, I noticed that. I was like, oh, I thought that I was like, whoa, he kind of has like a more of a mullet kind of thing, and it's like a blonde. Like I'm like, whoa, what happened, man? But
Yeah, I was doing this like David Bowie, Brian Setzer deal, and we just happened, like, we had a day off of work, and I had written this little like screenplay, and I had all the shots mapped out, and I was like, all right, I know how we do this. And uh we just got really loaded up on caffeine, and shot that whole thing in a day. Car chase, everything. And I edited at night and did the soundtrack for it, and did like a little kind of release, but it was just like, it was like whatever. I went and took that, and I said, it could be cooler. I want to do something else with it. So I took it, I edited it to Sin Eater, and I think it's a home run. Stylistically, it's different than the other videos. The other videos are more, in my mind, they're like white zombie videos. Like, I like that look. I like, it doesn't take a lot of money and time. It just takes a good eye and good taste, a little bit of restraint, and you can get a good video. But like the our Planet of the Vampires video, it's cool, but more like that's more Baba than it is me. I just edited our own shit into it because it's public domain. So fuck, I'm just stealing that shit. Other videos, they're dope. I love the ones that have my wife in them because she's a babe. She shakes her ass. Our band has a go-go dancer in it. Like, when we perform, it separates us from the pack. And she is heavily featured in the videos.
yeah, man, yeah, like yeah, right on. So, dude, Also, I mean, you got like lots of cool songs about horror movies. You got Bride of Frankenstein, Planet of the Vampires, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Like the ones that ain't of existing movies, they're like little short stories or vignettes. I write short stories, I write songs every single day. Write all these little short stories that it's like, what do you do with them? You know, like writing them into books takes a lot of time. It's a thing to do. They're cool. Making movies, that requires a lot of coordination. Making songs, it's almost like making a movie. It's like a cross between writing a story and making a movie. With my tools that I have, which I have a recording studio in my home. So I just go in there, come up with a story, and then just kind of do a programmatic telling of it. Our videos don't really follow the narrative of what you're hearing about because that's okay. But you know, the songs speak for themselves. The videos are more just like showing you how rad we are, you know, because we're a visual band, you know. I like bands that look cool and exciting, and I want to present Spellgrinder like that. So the reason we make videos is so you be like, oh, these guys are fucking dope. I like that, you know?
Yeah, dude, it's kind of it's perfect music for like a trauma movie. Like I could definitely see you guys in a trauma movie, man.
We keep trying to crack into that. We've had a couple misfires getting placement in movies. Like right now, we've been contracted to be in a movie by Steve Merlo called Unseen, and that's been in production for years. So I think he's got a cut now. I keep on going, yo, dude, looking forward to seeing Spellgrinder in the movie, you know? Like, and this guy, you know, he's like, yeah, cool. So he's good, right? But I've had movies in the past that burned me and I had to get tough with them and it sucked. You know, and so I want to work on trauma ones. I keep on coming late to the party to those ones. Like they've already just kind of like, you know, divvied out all the real estate. Sometimes when movies add on extra scenes, I hit them up and I go, "Hey, you're gonna need extra music," you know, and I try to like work my way in, but with a lot of them, it's a pay to play, and that's okay. But then a lot of them, they're just fucking hucksters. I hate saying it, man. Like, oh, what's the movie called? The latest Shelley Duvall movie.
Oh, dude, the Forest Hills.
Yeah, Spellgrinder was on the Forest Hills soundtrack. And it was a big deal, right? And I worked out a deal with the director, and I worked out a deal with a good buddy in a band called Demon Scar, who we were on a Black Donut label, Sam Hain compilation, and we've worked a lot together. He's cool dude. And so he was heading up the soundtrack for this, and I had talked to the director about getting Spellgrinder on the soundtrack. And well, being in the movie, like featured on a scene in the movie. And he agreed to that. Had a contract, had all this kind of stuff. Come to pass, he's like, no, I never said you're gonna be on not the Demon Scar. That guy's cool. Nick Greystone, cool dude. We're good. I hate talking about this because Nick he's real proud of the work. I didn't want to shit on that movie when it was coming out, but it came out a long time ago. So now this is negative marketing. It might be good for them. But I'm still to this day, I'm bummed out that we weren't involved in that, you know? And it sucks because now I can't like that fucking movie. I wanted to be on her last movie. We didn't know it was gonna be her last movie. It was like her first movie back, right? She wasn't. And what a bum. And yeah, like the director of that, like he blocked me on like every I wasn't doing nothing crazy, but like this guy was just a shisty dude. And I just had to say, like, listen, just give me my money back, or you know.
Dude, that is so crazy. Because I got that movie in the mail maybe like last month or something, maybe a couple months ago. Because I'm a huge Edward Furlong fan.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, dude, Furlong's in the movie, and they did like the
Yeah,
special Blu-rays, and I got like the Edward Furlong cover, and like I got it, and like that movie, like I I remember hearing about it like maybe like 5 6 years ago, like coming out, and I was like, oh, dude, Furlong's in the new movie, man, and then like it kind of like went silent for like a long time, and it just kind of like popped up, and I'm like, oh, dude, Furlong, new Furlong movie, and I watched it, and I was like, I had no idea what it was about, because I'm
yeah,
like, I'm watching it, I'm like, there's werewolves in this movie, like like, yeah, man, that's so crazy, and then like, I messaged direct. I was like, dude, I got the movie, man. I'm so excited. Furlong, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, right on. But dude, I didn't know there was a connection there. That's crazy.
oh, man, Spellgrinder connects to everything because we try everything. We're like, you know, we make a lot of shots because we take a lot of shots. You're constantly pimping this band and this product and trying to like make connections. And yeah, getting in movie soundtracks is huge. And yeah, I do want to be on a Chama soundtrack. I would love to be on all of them. Like really, I just try to get people to music because I want to be involved in that stuff. Like I want to be on compilations because that's how I found music as a kid. I ain't trying to like get rich off this shit. I just want people to be able to hear it, realize it's dope, and then just like go buy a fucking t-shirt. Which we got new t-shirts available from Horror Shock Records. If you go to Horror Shock, they have like a merch store for their record label, and they've done a CD release of our second album, Planet of Vampires, and the accompanying T-shirt is dope. So go there. If you want the OG shirts, you come to cryptofspellgrinder.com. That's my website, the Crypt of Spellgrinder, because that's a cool fucking thing to call it, and you know it. So
Dude. Yeah, man. Oh, dude, and the first album's great. The last album's great. I mean, you're on that compilation.
yeah, thank you. Yes, yeah,
Oh man.
slaying, just trying to meet people, trying to connect with audiences, and being able to talk to people like you, which I love that you and I didn't even realize it until last time we spoke. We're connected because of the VIP wrestling experience.
Yeah.
Like that's the coolest. And what an awesome thing. Like they're just super cool, super down. They recognize us every time we go there. And he put my band on blast. And then I'm finding rad dudes like you.
All right, so dude, out of the who is the coolest wrestler that you've ever met?
That I've ever met. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. So I've met a lot of wrestlers. Fucking, oh my God. Because that's really hard. Like I really had an amazing, like thoughtful, deep conversation with Kevin Nash. And he was really generous and gave us a bunch of cool movies to go check out. I mean, like that, but then like I spent some really good time with Greg the Hammer Valentine. He was super, super cool, super generous. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, he was a total cool dude. His wife was just super cool. Like just as far as like their generosity, just like spending way too much time talking shit with me. Those are like my Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry I can't narrow it down to one. Uh, you know, I kind of had my mind blown the most. I think Kevin Nash, Kevin Nash, he was having a real hard time. It was heartbreaking, he lost Razor, he lost his son, he's having a hard time. And, got it together, and it came to like WrestleCon right before WrestleMania 39, which we were at. You know, we were great seats at both nights of WrestleMania 39 in LA. It was awesome. It was awesome. And shit, what was I talking about now?
Kevin Nash,
And
WrestleCon.
so yeah, he was just super cool to us, and he talked shit with us for like a long time. Talked about Roadhouse movies and all like the sequels and remakes and just like cool deep shit. He's a cool fucking guy, you know. Love it. So, how about you, man? How about you?
Well, I mean, dude, my hero is Ricky Morton, obviously from the Rock and Roll Express. So I mean, meeting him was just like, whoa, dude. And like, I remember like, because when you go to the conventions and the signings, they always have like pictures of themselves, but they're obviously from like a long time ago. So I'm like over by his table, and like I have this like fringe leather jacket and these zebra pants, and like everybody thought I was Ricky Morton. So they're like coming up to me wanting my autograph, and like I didn't realize like that's why they were coming up to me. I was like, oh man, they think I'm Ricky Martin. So yeah.
Great.
And then it was happening like in the bathroom. Like I would go to the bathroom, people were like, "Oh, Ricky Martin," and I'm like, "Ah, no, no, that's not me. That's him. That's him over there,
Awesome.
man."
That's great. That's great. Man, yeah, that's a cool guy for people to think that you're them, you know?
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's my hero. So I mean, you know, yeah. And then he like gave me like his bandana when he went to the ring. So I was like, "Oh no way, that was so cool."
Man, yeah, we got some crazy memorabilia. We got like some match worn, a lot of match worn shit. I got a like a swatch of match worn Randy Savage gear. I got two match worn John Cena wristbands. Like in my mind, they choked out Bobby Lashley. But they could have choked out anyone, but you know, I think they got Bobby Lashley DNA on them. And then like we got a Hulk Hogan signed belt, you know. Not belt, sorry, a ring, a bell. Uh Tons of match worn shit, like stinky shit, you know. I gotta send you some pictures one day. But
Oh, dude, that would be rad. I remember, I think like right before, at some point in time, Shansi put a bunch of her like ring worn outfits up on Macari, and then I think I was trying to buy them, and they ended up selling pretty fast. But I think they like didn't sell like at like a high price. But I'm like, what would I do with it? Like I probably like I feel like I would probably wear it, like just walk around the house.
yeah, yeah, I'm sure it would look triumphant.
Yeah, just sit there, yeah.
Yeah,
But
man. I wish I got yelled at like we have some Ric Flair signed trunks, and I thought it would be cool to come out in them.
oh,
And she got like my wife got pissed off. She's like, "Why are you wearing those?" Whoa! I
like
fucking,
then
fucking pissed off, man.
you got like two legends have worn them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Now it's yeah, double the legend. She gets mad about that stuff. Like her dad gave her a Willie Nelson signed cowboy hat, but her dad signed it too, and she's never gotten over that. But like, what the fuck do you think you are signing this thing too? You know? So she's supportive. She's very supportive. She reminds me all the time that I'm the man. So
Oh, dude. Okay, all right. Okay, one final thing, man. Okay, since you're mentioned Willie Nelson, have you ever listened to the Twisted Willie tribute album?
no.
Where it's like Willie Nelson songs, but they have like L7 with like Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash, but his backing band is Chris Novoselic from Nirvana. I think Jerry Cantrell. Cantrell. is on guitar, and I think the drummer from Soundgarden, maybe.
Cool. Sounds solid.
Yeah, it's just like a crazy. It's like came out in the '90s, and it's like all Willie Nelson songs, but they have like grunge acts paired with country artists and stuff.
Good concept, you know, like it's how you get into it.
I mean, Waylon Jennings and L7. I mean, that's pretty rad,
That's
man.
very cool. Like I love both. I love both. I'm a huge L7 fan. L7 is a big influence in Spellgrinder. Like very big. Like the way that they do weird little bits of production that are hooks, like kind of like just weird little things, but they'll just do it like in time. So it's rhythmic production hooks. Like I real big fan of that. And then Waylon, love that dude. I was friends with his son Terry, who like when Terry died just a few years ago. Terry Jennings was his son. He's older than Shooter, you know. And I knew him when I lived in Texas. He used to come in our store. He wrote a book like called Tales of like My Outlaw Dad or something. And so he would come in and do book signings. And he used to call me Pumpkin Killer because he'd always come in around October and then we'd go out and shoot pumpkins. So he called me Pumpkin Killer.
Oh, dude, that's rad, man.
Yeah, dude, love that guy. Love that guy. Yeah, yeah, huge Waylon fan. Love Waylon. Love Willie. Love that guy. But you know, like he's got this patch of albums that to me is just like the shit. You know, like Shotgun Willie and like Phases and Stages and Redhead Stranger, you know, like those albums are just like that's all I need. You know, like I love that. Like I love that he did other albums, but I don't and I own them, but they just sit there and chill while those albums get some serious play all the time, you know? It's like you can't hang a woman for no, you can't hang a man for shooting a woman for trying to steal her horse. Like what a fucking one.
Oh, dude. All right, man. Well, dude, thank you so much for your time. It's been rad. It's been excellent, man.
Yeah,
Love
man.
those videos. Love those albums, man. I
It,
mean, they're fantastic, dude.
thank you.
All
Thank you. Well, we'll keep them coming and we will keep following you to see all the excellent adventures you go on. And thank you so much for including Spellgrinder in your awesome content.
Of course, man. I think like me and the wife on our honeymoon because we got married on Halloween. So like on the drive for my honeymoon, it was all just Spellgrinder. Perfect
Yeah.
Halloween honeymoon music. Spellgrinder, man.
Excellent, excellent.
All right, man. All right. See ya, man.
Yeah.